After 2.5 years, we're still having fun. Hello everybody, this is NAPA Fan here, and this is race number 5 in season number 4 of the NRLOA NAPA Truck Series. The end of September is just around the corner. We're going to end the first month of this series right here, right now at the Riverside International Raceway for the NAPA Breaks 250K. The first ever road course race in the NAPA Truck Series, and the only road course race this season here in season number 4. It is going to be a very interesting race because we're not going to have any cautions and we're going to have pit stops. And I believe neither of those things have ever occurred in a NAPA Truck Series race before, and they're both going to happen here today. No cautions, we will have pit stops, so it's going to be a crazy one here for the 5th race of the season. And of course, if you saw qualifying yesterday, you saw Al Legacy win the pole, and that could have been for the win because road courses don't see too much passing for the lead. Now here at Riverside, we could see some, but it's a tough thing to move your way from the back to the front here at this racetrack, so you might want to watch for those guys up front because I think they're going to be the ones battling for the victory here today. Al Legacy on the pole position in the number 28. He won the Kubota GT Championship race here back in March. Tristan Allen won a Turkey Hill Series race here last fall. They both start on the front row for this race, and no surprise there. A couple of past winners at this racetrack looking to get it done here today in the NAPA Truck Series. Anyways, let's go ahead and get you guys the points before we get to the starting command, because the points are very important in this series. A strict points championship here for season 4. Alex Bonsignor still holds the points lead, 119 points for the veteran driver there. Patrick Smith and Alexander Rowe tied for second, both 15 points behind. And 4th place is tied between Cookie Helms and Zach Ryan, both 18 points behind coming into today's event. Let's go ahead and now give the starting command here to fire these guys up for the NAPA Breaks 250 here at the Riverside International Raceway.
Alrighty, let's do this one for all the race fans out there. Drivers, start your engines!
And a great command there to fire these guys up. Race 5 of the season here at Riverside. And it's definitely a very shook-up field here for this start. I mentioned those 5 guys at top of the point standings. Well, not many of them are starting up front for this race. A lot of guys could definitely capitalize on that, especially guys who are starting up front. Guys like Al Legacy, Tristan Allen. They start in the front row here. They have both won races here before at Riverside, and they're looking for their 2nd career wins here at this racetrack. Ying Canario in the 50. That's his best ever starting position alongside Nicholas Abe in the 51. Both of those guys very new to the channel, starting alongside each other there in row 2. And these guys, they're pretty highly experienced. Jesse Turner in the 92 alongside uncharted driver Matt Tuck. We got Zachary Fitzwater, who won an IndyCar race here back in May. He starts alongside the number 1 of Jonathan King, who is also unchartered. You got Justin Heath, Matt Delio in row number 5. Eric Monaco, the Atlanta winner, and unchartered driver Adam Lewis. Nicholas Samadillo, Derek Hamill in row 7. Marty Johnson and Nicholas Wade in row number 8. Ace Garcia, the last of the unchartered drivers who qualified for this race, alongside the 49 of Donovan Duthit. In the top 20 starting positions, rounded out with Ryan Kendall and Zach Ryan. And of all those guys in the top 5 in points, he's the only guy starting in the top 20 for this race. That's what I mean by shook up, because it's all over the place here with the guys up there on the point standing starting deep in the field, and the guys who are kind of low in the points starting up front. those point standings could look a lot different than what they did coming into today's event. Stuart Gratton, our last winner here in the NAPA Truck Series. You see him all the way back in there, starting in the 31st position. Not the best of starting positions for the defending champion here today, and going to be interesting to see if he can move his way from the back to the front in this one. Tristan Allen, Al Legacy, the official pole sitter of this race. Number 28 machine. And Tristan Allen, a veteran driver, looking to get something done here today. A long pace lap here to get to the line, but we're ready to get this one started. The pace truck is going to pull off. And the 5th race of the season, a road course race here in the NAPA Truck Series, is about to get underway. The NAPA Breaks 250 at Riverside. It's going to be a fun one here. The weekend is starting right now. Let's fire this race up. Al Legacy, Tristan Allen, we're green flag racing on the road course. It's veteran Tristan Allen with the jump on the start, and they were side by side there at the beginning. Al Legacy could not hold it from the pole position, so Tristan Allen, the leader here at Riverside in the NAPA Truck Series. Stuart Gratton, a veteran, won last week, might have it again this week, or maybe not. Al Legacy to the inside for the lead, and the pole sitter's going to take it back from the 98. And Legacy will lead lap 1 here at Riverside. How about that move there? Al Legacy definitely looking strong here today after that one. And Tristan Allen, kind of a surprise he let that 28 drive by him there, coming to the line to complete lap number 1. And we will have pit stops in today's event, scheduled pit stops, so it could get very interesting when those begin. Not entirely sure what the fuel window is here at Riverside. We could see 1 stop, we could see 2 stops here today. But I do know it's going to get very interesting with these guys coming down the pit lane, because it's going to be the first time ever in the NAPA Truck Series that we have had scheduled pit stops. So just don't know what to expect with these trucks on the pit lane. Yin Canario, Jesse Turner. Rounding out the top 5, Nicholas Abe with a great jump at the start. He's up to the 3rd position right behind Tristan Allen, and Al Legacy pulling away a little bit from the 98 here at the start. And Legacy, the pole sitter, able to overcome the disadvantage he gained at the beginning of this race. But Tristan Allen's coming in pretty fast, entering the final corner right here. And the 98 might close in and possibly get this 28. But Legacy's going to stay out front for now. It's Tristan Allen not too far behind, still about the same distance behind the 28 of Al Legacy at the stripe. Coming off the corner, turn number 1, definitely a very treacherous corner. You can see these guys sliding and almost going into the wall there. It does appear that all 36 drivers are still in this thing and on the lead lap, so we have not had any issues on the racetrack, which is a great thing to see. Allen a little wide off the corner, and here comes Nicholas Abe in the 51. And this should be kind of an upset win here, because Abe has not had the best of seasons here in the NAPA Truck Series, and he really hasn't been a household name quite yet in this series. Legacy and Allen, they've been around, especially Tristan Allen, for quite some time. They got the experience. The driver like Nicholas Abe, not so much. We saw Eric Monaco and John Sheets grab wins earlier this season. Nicholas Abe might join that list of first-time winners here in Napa Fan in the NAPA Truck Series. Where's Tristan Allen here? He just fell back to 3rd. Not exactly what he wants here in the number 98 at the moment. Yin Canario might get to the inside of him here. That is for the 4th position. Or sorry, for the 3rd position, excuse me. And the number 50 is going to try to get to the inside of him here, but he's not going to be able to do it as that inside turns to an outside. Jesse Turner in the 92. Now right behind the number 50, trying to get around him. And Jesse Turner, he is the veteran of this series, and basically of any series we have here on Napa Fan. The first ever winner on Napa Fan. Currently running in the 5th position. Lost a little bit of ground there, entering the S's. And Matt Tuck closed in the number 45, an uncharted driver right there. Nicholas Abe on the 50, in the 51, on the number 28 there, closing in pretty quickly. It has been Legacy leading this field since the beginning. He has led every lap so far, but Abe in the 51 might be able to get around him here. And the rookie driver looking very strong. These drivers overshooting corner there. That's giving these guys behind an opportunity to get a pass made on this very fast road course. Let's see if we have any side-by-side racing going on right now. And the Riverside International Raceway doesn't really see too much of that, but we still see a lot more passing here than we normally do, and we got some issues. That's John Arner in the 05 again. The major issue in that Zaxby's machine. Garrett Sonor is also off the racetrack, and they are both stuck in the sand trap. And remember, no cautions here on the road courses, and their days are going to be done. Nicholas Wade in the 02 and Alex Bonsignor, the points leader. They are deep in the field right now, and they might not be in their good points positions, especially Bonsignor exiting today's event. Going to be an interesting one here, especially when we get to the pit stops, and you got Nicholas Abe right behind this 28. The front four are right on each other, and any of these four drivers could pull away with the victory here today. One of these drivers makes a mistake, next guy behind is going to capitalize. Tristan Allen looking to do that on the 51. And Allen initially got the lead at the start of this race, but Legacy ended up surpassing him before the lap was over, and then Nicholas Abe got around him as Allen overshot one of the corners midway through this green flag run. You see the 05 and the 16, Sonor and John Arndt in the pit lane. Tristan Allen trying to push this 51 around the 28. He's just too far away to get at the stick right now, but Nicholas Abe majorly closing in on the 28 right now. Tristan Allen in the 98. They're all on each other right here, but side-by-side racing here at Riverside is very difficult. We still get these guys to be very close to each other, and passing is very possible, especially if somebody makes a mistake. There are a lot of places on this racetrack where these drivers can make mistakes, and if Al Legacy overshoots one of these corners, Nicholas Abe could be right there passing him to the inside. This is a corner where these guys can overshoot. And Legacy a little wide, and Abe gained a little bit of ground. He pulled away from Tristan Allen exiting that corner there. And the 51 still right behind this 28, but nobody has been able to get around the pole sitter for a lap led in this race quite yet. Now we're coming to halfway in this race, and if they cross halfway before coming down the pit lane, and that means it's going to be a one-stop race. But if they come in this time by, it could be a fuel strategy race here at the Riverside International Raceway. 12 laps of action. It can get very interesting if they come down this time, because we might have some guys may be able to make it on one stop, and other guys make it on two. But it looks like they're going to stay out here. They're going to cross the halfway point, and that means it's going to be a one-stop race here in the Napa Rakes 250. Yin Canario all over Tristan Allen, and Abe on the 28. Looking to get Legacy to make a mistake. It's very tough to do so when you're the leader. When you're second place, it's a little bit harder to get through the S's than it is when you're out front. And you see Legacy pulling away a little bit from the number 51. We'll see how they go through this corner here. And it looks like Abe's going to overshoot it, and Tristan Allen's going to capitalize for second. Will Allen be able to get to the inside here? Looks like he's going to be able to do so. So Tristan Allen's going to take second back from the 51. That's exactly what Legacy wants to see. He wants to see those guys battling side by side for the second position. That's going to slow those guys down. Abe does not want to give it to the number 98. He wants to keep it. Sorry, my announcing is just not the best today. I don't know why, but you know what? It's okay. It's just fine. And these guys here all under a blanket. Yin Canario, he might make it 3 wide here. And he's going to do just that. The rookie driver diving to the inside of Allen and Aby. And a very bold move by the rookie driver, but he's going to come down the pit lane here. So is Al Legacy. And now this is the battle for the lead. Tristan Allen and Nicholas Aby right on each other here. They were the only 2 drivers to stay out. That is not good at all. These guys coming down, they're going to get a major advantage on the tires. And they're going to come out farther ahead down the 98 and the 51 here. So Al Legacy, Yin Canario, they're all at an advantage right now. A little bit of contact, Jonathan King and Justin Heath there. But this is going to be interesting right here. The only pit stop of the day for these guys. Let's see who wins the race off. Will we see some strategy? Will we see some guys taking 2 tires? It doesn't look like we're going to see that quite yet. Looks like Fitzwater's got a slow stop right now. Legacy's going to get off first, but they all come off at the same time. And it looks like they might be on each other here, coming off the pit lane. As for the tentative lead, Tristan Allen still holds it in the 98. He led lap number 7 of this event. Nicholas Aby in the 51 as well, running second. They both still have to make pit stops. Well, all of these drivers, they are done for the day on the pit lane. So this could get very interesting right here. Tristan Allen, Nicholas Aby, they're going to come down this time. We'll see where they come out in relation to the rest of the field. Very interesting strategy by both these drivers, and they were the only 2 drivers to do so. So I have a feeling they're going to be at a major disadvantage here, because right now you got Legacy, Canario, all these guys on fresh tires. I just have a feeling they're going to be gaining a lot of speed on Allen and Aby after this one. So Yin Canario, it's only his 5th career start on Napa Fan, actually his 6th, but he hasn't been around too long, and he's got a chance at victory here at the Riverside International Raceway. There's Tristan Allen and Nicholas Aby. They're coming off the pit lane right here. There's Al Legacy in the 28. He's a little ways behind. This could get very interesting right here. They're both going to pull out ahead, but the 28 has all the momentum right now. I honestly thought that these guys were going to lose a lot of time, but apparently they're going to stay out front. But this is not anywhere close to being over quite yet. Legacy, Canario, and Jesse Turner can all close in here, and any of these top 6 could possibly win this race. We actually have not seen a pass for the lead on the racetrack, except for the beginning of the race, but we have not actually had an official pass for the lead on the racetrack for a lap led. But right there, Tristan Allen able to stay out front. Al Legacy is definitely going to get around Nicholas Aby here. And I believe this race win might be between Legacy and Allen. But how about that? I honestly thought that Allen and Aby were going to lose ground to the leaders. Apparently not. And Yin Canario and Al Legacy now. This is for 3rd. But he's on the outside lane here. Aby's going to block the 28. And Legacy trying to close in here on the 98 of Tristan Allen. But Allen out front with 3 laps to go. And I'm telling you, any of these top 6, and maybe even the 24 of Justin Heath, he's going for his first career win on Napa Fan. He's got a championship. Won the Hers Dash Series championship last week. But he still does not have a win on Napa Fan. And how about this? Top 2 have pulled away from the rest of the field. I honestly believe this is now going to be between Allen and Legacy. And I got to tell you, Legacy, I think he has the faster race truck. Oh, and in the wall, Nicholas Aby in the 51 got into it with, I believe it was Yin Canario. And that's going to slow those guys down even more. So this is even more so a battle between Allen and Legacy. Yin Canario, just a moment ago, he was trying to battle with Legacy for the 3rd position. Now he's quite a ways behind him. See Trey Barta coming back down the pit lane. Not entirely sure what's wrong with the veteran driver there. And Nicholas Aby got spun around there. He's going to lose a few positions after that one. He actually did not lose too much, all things considered. There he is in the 51 machine. Let me see. About 14th maybe? Only lost about 10 positions. All things considered, that's not too bad. And this is good right here. battle for the lead with 2 laps to go. Legacy almost got into Tristan Allen there, and Allen able to pull away a little bit more from the 28, and he pulled away significantly. That 28, he is battling hard off the racetrack for the number 28 of Al Legacy there. And Tristan Allen pulled away there, but there's still a lot of time left in this race for Al Legacy to close in on the 98. And it's rather easy to close in on a guy. It's just hard to make a pass, and it's going to get very interesting between these two past Riverside winners in this one here at the Riverside International Raceway. Canario and Turner and Justin Heath, now the top 5. Will it be the veteran? Will it be, I say, another veteran? Al Legacy's been around a while. He can be considered a veteran at this point, especially at this racetrack. Both these guys have won here at Riverside before. Who is it going to be? Legacy still has a chance, and this final corner is a place where you can close in from second to the lead. And you're going to see it right here. Legacy trying to gain as much ground as he can. Coming to the white flag, Tristan Allen in the 98. Going for his 12th career victory, I do believe, on Napa Fan. He's got the lead with 1 lap to go here in the Napa Breaks 250. Al Legacy in second, trying to capitalize. I believe he's slowly closing in through the S's here. Got to pressure that 98 to make a mistake on this final lap if he wants the victory here today. This corner is treacherous. The 98 a little wide off the corner. Legacy's going to stay right with them. Allen doing all he can to stay out front. It's a great qualifying effort by both of these guys. They started on the front row for this race. That's why they're in this position right now. And you got to really think, qualifying is a major factor into who wins these races. Will Legacy be able to get around this 98 like he did on the first lap of the race? In all honesty, I think he's too far behind. Still 2 more corners left to go. But Tristan Allen trying to grab his 2nd career Riverside victory here today, coming in the NAPA Truck Series. Will Legacy close in on this final corner? Do not believe he will. And Tristan Allen in the 98 will survive and grab the victory here at Riverside in the NAPA Breaks 250. Able to hold off the pole sitter. And it all came down to the pit strategy. Allen stayed out 1 lap later than Al Legacy did. He got out ahead of him and stayed out front after the cycle of pit stops here in this race. I didn't think that strategy was going to work. And you obviously heard me say that, but wasn't the case for the veteran driver of Tristan Allen here tonight. Getting it done at the Riverside International Raceway to win race 5 of the season in the NAPA Truck Series, season number 4. Definitely an interesting race. Not too much passing. You got to think, qualifying on Thursday definitely played a major factor into who won this thing. I mean, those top 2 finishers, they started on the front row, and that's how these road course races are. You got to start up front, and that's why qualifying is such a big deal when we come to these road course races. Tristan Allen, the winner here of the Napa Breaks 250K. Al Legacy, great run for Ian Canario. I believe that's his career best finish. Jesse Turner, 4th place finish for the veteran there. Justin Heath managed to finish in the 5th position, and Matt Tuck, Ace Garcia, Jonathan King. How about those on-charter drivers there? And Derek Campbell, Fisher G, the top 10 here at the road course of Riverside. Harrison or John Art, they did get back out there on the racetrack, but they were both 3 laps down. And John Art for the 2nd straight race, last place finish. And, you know, I always mention what Trey Bartow did in the Turkey Hill Series last year. He was over 100 points behind the points leader after I think it was about 4 races into the season. Well, 10 races later, he became the points leader after being over 100 points behind. So I'm not going to count John Art out of anything quite yet. Still a very long season, still 13 races left to go. And this road course race definitely played into the championship a lot. Tristan Allen will definitely move his way up in the point standings, and Alex Bonsignor in the number 18, I believe he might lose his points lead. And Alex Bonsignor, he's been leading in the points in the series since Daytona. don't believe he's going to be there at the end of this one. Still a very interesting race here today at the Riverside International Raceway, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And tomorrow, well, actually, we don't have anything tomorrow. But next week, we used to do that, but we don't have the time to do that anymore. Next week, we're heading to Charlotte, and a 1.5-mile racetrack right there for the K&N, I think it's the K&N 200 or something like that. I don't know. Gonna be a 27-lapper dash race at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and that's gonna be interesting because you've got a lot of passing at that racetrack. But it's not like super frequent. None of the racetracks you really go to, maybe with the exception of Talladega and Atlanta, see super frequent passing. A lot of it is where you can stay out front for a few laps, and if you got a strong car, you can pull away with the victory, and that's what I like. That's what we're going to see a lot of this season in the NAPA Truck Series as the season rolls along. I've been talking long enough. Have a great day. The weekend's here, and Tristan Allen's in victory lane to start it off here at Riverside. Thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Tristan Allen, and here are the point standings for the NRLOA NAPA Truck Series Season number 4. I will see you guys later.